Have your pick. What will it be today? Understood.
How did I perform? I tried my hardest.
Hello everyone, welcome once again. You are watching Dempsey Roll, and this is part 25 of my Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen run. Yeah, I just rested and my pawn came back from helping someone else. Just got a couple of rift crystals, not too much. So when we last played, we defeated the dragon Grigori, finally. It was pretty fun actually. I do remember the fight. It went pretty much how I remembered it. But it was just cool. Like, it's very epic, very cinematic. Maybe not as challenging as it could have been, considering it's supposed to be such a significant boss. But if you want to talk about challenge, that's going to be more something for Bitter Black Isle, as well as playing on hard mode. That's like kind of like the real challenge of the game. That being said, fighting Grigori was actually a little harder this time around compared to the first time I fought him, and that's mostly down to excuse me, frog in my throat. That's mostly down to the vocation that I was using. Let me put away my swords, my blades. You know, I slept till morning, but it still seems dark. Yeah. The vocation that I used to beat Grigori the first time I played this game was Assassin. And I'm not sure of the name of the attack, but it's something like Gouge, a sword skill, where he just plunges, your character plunges his sword, their sword, into a large monster while they're climbing. And they just kind of wedge it back and forth, right? It's actually very brutal looking. And that does huge damage. And once the final, like, real boss fight begins with Grigori the Dragon, I just ran at him, loaded up on any kind of buff that I had available, jumped on him. I don't even think I was on his heart. I just jumped on his like arm and just used Gouge, and then his energy just depleted like immediately. So this time around, maybe I was also over leveled too, but this time around we're doing it much. It took considerably longer than that. It was a little more challenging, although not too hard. So here we are at the encampment. There's nothing too different here right now. As you can see, the sky's darkened. That's because once you defeat Grigori, the state of the world changes. It's actually really neat what happens. There's a gigantic hole in Gran Soren now, which is where we're heading, back there. The sky changes, and all the enemies in the overworld part are all very different now. They're much harder, and I suspect that they'll be even harder at night. I haven't seen. We should test that out. So previously, where you may have fought like griffins or chimeras, now there will be like dragons and stuff like that. Much harder, although that's kind of a good thing because you have more opportunities to dragon forge your equipment. But let's see what we have to do here. Arise to power, slay 10 seabirds. All manner of training opportunities are posted. Defeat Sir Bernie. You've grown, sir. At last you bear the mind of a tempered warrior. well versed in the art of combat. Very well. 'Tis time your training was complete. I shall impart this final lesson to you. Myself. Hold nothing back, for I shall prepare you no mercy. Sure, whatever. Let's do it.
Seems we need
Guess we gotta talk to this guy. Oh. Let's take a quick look if I can enhance anything. I don't think so, actually. I'm wearing a blended mix of armor from before I beat the dragon and armor that I got during and after the battle with the dragon.
I've a business, and I'll run it till the earth swallows me up. You're big, and you like.
Oh, you can't enhance at this guy. Very well.
Within this tent sits
Okay.
a little stone.
I feel like I did try and enhance as much as I could, although it's rather pricey, some of the stuff to enhance. The stuff that you get post-dragon.
Well done. 'Tis a success. I'll not dispute.
And the reason why I was able to enhance my stuff was that back at Casardis, my beloved apparently is chilling at home, my home, and it's Reynard, the merchant, who sells stuff and can also enhance your gear. So yeah, I don't know what to think about that. I just kind of wanted to see who was going to end up being my beloved character without deliberately trying to go after anyone, and that's who I got, so whatever. It made for some funny cutscenes at least.
But know that your true test begins now. I shall be your opponent. You need spare me.
How tough is this guy? Can I shoot him? Oh. Okay, there you go. See ya. Did I kill him? Didn't mean to kill him.
Excellent. You've well proven your grit, Arisen. I shall sleep well a night, knowing you've the strength to meet the challenges of your journey. I now see there was no call to test you, sir.
No, not really. Don't test me. Don't test me.
You in further tempering your skill.
Does this guy have more stuff? No. Does he have anything to say?
Things have taken a dark turn indeed. Still, a warrior who loses composure loses the day. Remember that.
A warrior who loses composure loses the day. It's good advice, you know. Gotta keep your cool. So let's see if I can enhance my or change my skill sets. See if we can learn something. Yeah, we've learned nearly everything. Backfire. Yeah, sure, let's take that. That's the one where you set yourself on fire. I'm not sure how useful it'll be against the monsters in the overworld now. I think that like the goblins now, are they called gore goblins or something like that? They're weak to ice now, whereas previously they were weak to fire. Now it's ice, and holy magic as well for other enemy types. So I'm not sure how useful that is, but let's just take it. And these magic spells, I'm not really using them. I guess I'm kind of not getting the most out of this class because I'm not using this stuff. Okay, let's experiment now. Now's a good time to kind of experiment with stuff, right? Because we've slayed the dragon. Our new quest is to just make it over to Gran Soren, and from there we're gonna see what we can see. So it's a good time to kind of just chill a little bit and see, play around with some skills and all of that. Bracer arrow loses a magical bolt that fortifies an ally against reeling from enemy blows for a time. I'm not too crazy about this. It doesn't sound that useful to me. I mean, maybe I can look it up and read about maybe some other applications, something that I'm not seeing, but just just picturing it in my head, I can't really think of wanting to take this and having it take up a slot over a skill that does direct damage. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just do direct damage, in other words. But let's look it up. Bracer arrow. Dragon's Dogma. Ward arrow. Loses a magical arrow that makes an ally impervious to all debilitations for a time. Again, same thing. I'm not really sure how much use I'll get out of this. At least not right now in the current phase of the game that we're at. Maybe in Bitter Black Isle where there's a lot more debilitations and stuff, maybe. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just not get any of these right now unless there's like an upgraded version on the tree that takes it further. Let's experiment and see if this oh, you know what? It won't, because it has a star. That means that's the next level. But these don't have a star, so that suggests to me that there might be another level to it. So let's try. Let's try and see. Okay, there wasn't any, but that might be because we don't have enough rank yet. You see on the left there, it says rank, and there's these wax emblems. I'm missing 2, so my plan is just to max out this rank, max rank this class, and then change to something else. Focused bolt, that's for magic. Blah. Okay, what about my pawn? I don't really mess around too much with my pawn's skills, just because I just let them do what they want to do. Aside from casting the appropriate weakness enchantment for my blade, that's all I really care about. So ice. Okay, let's change that. High frazzle. Okay, but let's actually look and see. Okay. Wait a sec.
What will it be today?
Backpack. High Comma Station. Silentium. Silences foes who enter. Blearing. Blinds foes who... Lassitude. Alright, let's take that. Lassitude. Casts Torpor, which is slow. And then here's High Lassitude. Look how much discipline points I have. I could just go nuts, right? Buying all of this stuff. I'm thinking about changing my pawn, my main pawn, to some kind of fighter or warrior. But let's just learn all of this stuff. Let's just learn some more stuff that we can... You know, all these huge spells. This one, Bolide, calls meteors down from the heavens to land around the user. The user may move after deployment. So, this is a very over-the-top, awesome-looking spell. It's Meteor, right? If you've played Final Fantasy games, it's very similar to Meteor-type spells. But after I had looked into it... and it just seems like the advanced form of this, 10 or so meteors will strike. However, you know, like maybe 2 or 3 of them will actually hit any kind of target. Especially for fighting like a single creature. And it takes quite a bit of time to cast, so I'm not too crazy about this, you know? All of these high level ones. But let's just take one just to see it, right? Why not? And we'll change out her stuff. We'll change out both of our skills. Dark Affinity. So I can take that off now because I don't think that's going to be too useful against the enemies out in the world now. That was very useful against the dragon, though. Although she didn't cast it all too often against Grigori. We're looking for Ice Affinity, yep. Which one's this? High Lassitude? Okay, put that one there. Okay, one more. What are we gonna put? Oh yeah, I wanted to see this. Okay, Maelstrom. Okay. What is going to be our last spell? Dark Affinity, no. You can actually assign nothing to a slot, and that actually increases your chances of other spells being cast. That's kind of interesting, right? Maybe we'll just do that. We'll just see how that works. She only has one more rank to go, so that's interesting. One more rank to go as sorcerer. Then we'll stick around as sorcerer for a little bit, and then we'll change her into something else completely, like some kind of melee fighter. Okay, and here's my character. Let's see, what are we going to do? Very basic spells I have. Funnel Trail? Yeah. Hunter Bolt. Explosive Bolt. What's this bracer arrow? That fortifies an ally against reeling. Oh, what's this one? Alright, let's just stick with this then.
What will it be today?
Have
your pick. Any you like. What will it be today?
Is there anything that we need to drop off? Yeah. The God's Bane. This is what the dragon gave us after we killed him, actually. It's not a weapon. It's not a weapon in the traditional sense. Let's read it. God's Bane, an almighty divine blade, received along with your returned heart, has the power to guide the chosen to true freedom. Only Arisen may use this. This is a very important item if you want to get the true ending of the game. It weighs 0.3. I don't think I need to have it on me now, so let's just dump it. But we'll have to keep that in mind for later. Yeah, let's dump that. It might be kind of fun just to check out Bitter Black Isle as well. I am unprepared for it, like in the sense that I don't think that you should go there at this point in time for my class, for my level and where I am at in the story right now. But it might be interesting to check out. Maybe grab something, right? Maybe we can get something decent. Gotta have him drop all of this stuff. The stuff that I picked up or that he picked up in chests, all of this stuff. In a sense, I could just dismiss this guy and then all of those items will go into my chest. But that's okay. We'll keep Thamor around. This guy helped us slay the dragon, so you know, he can do some work.
What will it be today?
And I think that might be it.
You're big. Come again soon.
Gonna try and make it back to Gran Soren. We're probably gonna get into a lot of trouble fighting various monsters, but we're probably decently equipped and we have decent amount of health to deal with everything. I might just run away as well, but we'll try and fight what we can, whatever we run into.
Well sturdy, this place.
I mean, previously for practically the entirety of this run, and all the times I've had to run back and forth between Gran Soren and Casardis and everywhere else, I was pretty much running by everything, and that's because I know where the enemies are. They're always the same. They're not that difficult to deal with in terms of like the damage they deal, or the damage I can, or the amount of health that they have. Mostly it's, at this point, it's kind of just an annoyance, especially if they're flyers. You guys know how I feel about flyers. Now giant undeads come out in broad daylight. One of my pawns tossed a Flammica, or Dragon's Breath. It's kind of cool. This guy's not dead yet?
Don't allow it to grab you.
Rain steel upon it.
And as usual, as we're traveling around, that's always a good opportunity to chat about various topics, about the game or whatever. Video games in general. Last night, I decided to do something that I've noticed amongst like my streaming friends that also are here on Twitch. I guess it's a common enough occurrence, but I've noticed that no matter what game it is, and no matter how like unpopular, how unknown you are as a streamer, there will eventually be someone who comes into your stream that is an expert. And they'll be there to help you and inform you about the game and help you get by, right? I've noticed that with a lot of different games. I think that's really cool though, right? Like, it, you know, the gaming community does get a bad rap for being like unsupportive, if you want to call it that, or toxic, but I think it's cool how people are supportive in that respect, right? Hey Bacon, what's up? Yes, I've experienced that a few times. Yeah, that's mostly why I'm mentioning it. I've noticed it from your stream as well as from Night Trap stream. So last night, I decided to be that guy. I decided to be Mr. Expert Man and just hop into someone's stream. Someone who, you know, is new to Dragon's Dogma. Wow, that guy is huge. I only realized that once I was staring down the sights and looking at him. This game kind of surprises me with that from time to time, is the scale of the monsters, and as they approach, especially when I'm looking down the sights like this, I'm like, whoa, this thing is huge. Yeah, so I decided to just hop in, say what's up, and just help someone, and it was really cool just being helpful, you know? and that person was very appreciative of the help, and I you know, I had fun. I enjoyed the enthusiasm of someone like playing the game for the first time and, you know, discovering all the crazy weird things about it. So yeah, it's pretty neat. I might do that again. There's not many games that I'd say I'm somewhat qualified to offer help, and having said that, I also want to clarify that I'm not by any means an expert in this game as well. It's just that comparatively speaking, for someone who doesn't know anything about Dragon's Dogma, you know, I can at least guide them in the right direction a little bit. But yeah, I forget a lot. I have forgotten a lot. I mean, I'm not going to make a habit out of it and, you know, just like hop into streams and just help everyone that I see, but, you know, it's just something interesting to try out every once in a while. Oh boy, these are Direwolves, or Hellhounds I think they're called. And they're a lot nastier, as you can see. They can, wow, they deal a lot of health, a lot of damage. Oh boy, got flamed again. Are we running? No. We're gonna try and get some XP from these guys. At least I can use advanced trigger on them. Oh, one of my guys is down. Thamor? Damn, they got Thamor. And about the whole expert thing, like, you know, it is a little self-serving as well. Like, you know, it's I'm sure people that hop into streams like being an expert, right? They kind of enjoy just that aspect of it alone. Oh no, this is not good. Oh, I should be using Funnel Trail. Funnel Trail has like a suction-like aspect to it. Once you hit an enemy with Funnel Trail, other enemies get magnetically drawn to them. Let's take a safety heal. And you know, also it's also good for promoting yourself too, right? You hop into someone's stream, offer your advice, and then, you know, hopefully they might follow you too. So that's another aspect to it, not gonna lie. But in general, you know, it's just nice to interact with somebody and help someone who's excited about a game that is just as excited as you are, or share your passion about something. Bacon, it's a chance to flex. Yeah, for sure. Flexing with bacon. I mean, if someone ever, if you catch someone playing, what is it? Not Ninja Gaiden. Shinobi. Game Gear. If you ever catch someone playing that, in the off chance you ever see someone, then that's your time. Okay, let's run now. I'm waiting for someone to stream Hook on the SNES. I'll be like, yeah, that's my time to shine. I really did enjoy that game Hook for the SNES. It's that game actually, when you start it up, Sony comes up at the start, and I remember thinking that was so weird. Ah, look, my pawn is casting the tornado. Look at this. It's a really cool effect, right? Look at that. You can actually get four spellcasters casting tornado. I have no idea how that would look, but it would probably look really crazy and cool. I imagine that used to break PS3s and Xboxes. Moves like that, or high comma station. Oh, what is this? Oh, a Greater Soren? They're a lot bigger now. Hook game, which is based off of the movie, the Spielberg movie with Robin Williams as an older Hook. I just really love that SNES game. It's a platformer, a 2D platformer. I mean, of course it is. It's on the SNES, but there's just something really satisfying about the platforming, the movement and controls, and the music too, which is based off of the John Williams score from the game, but in 16-bit version. It's just really, it's a really tight game. Maybe one day I'll actually play it. Although I used to play it so much, I could do parts of it blindfolded, and in fact, there are parts in the game. There's one part in the game where you're in the dark. It's a gigantic dungeon that you have to do in the darkness, and the only light you have is Tinkerbell, who lights your way but is very slow. So that means you have to traverse this stage, this dark cave, very slowly if you need light. However, I played that game so much that I knew where all the bad guys were, all the drops, all the falls. So I just would run away from Tinkerbell and just do the entire stage in darkness. You know, maybe that's not too special in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, that's my claim to fame as far as being an expert at a game. And yeah, I could do runs where I take no damage or next to no damage. At the time, yeah, I could probably do a run with no damage. Of course, now that's probably not the case. Although I do wonder if that game, is it safe to stream? Is it safe to put up on YouTube? Because the music, again, is based off of the soundtrack of the movie by, like, obviously a super famous movie composer. And the SNES sound chip is good enough that it does sound close enough to an orchestrated soundtrack. I hear flapping of wings. It's a dragon. No, that's a big no. We'll keep that in mind that a dragon is here, but I am not up to fighting it right now because I don't think I have enough heals, and I just killed the big dragon. I don't want to fight these baby dragons. Although in some ways they're kind of tougher than Grigori. Look, you can see that there are a lot of harpies flying in the air now. Can I target them? No. So some things are going to happen once I get into Gran Soren, and especially before I meet the king. There's going to be some cutscenes. What's going on over here? And like I said, the state of the world now, it's changed, and the placement of some monsters, it's changed, right? Like that dragon that we just saw there, it never used to be there. Sometimes there's a griffin in that area, I think, but never a dragon like that. And we saw that there was more powerful goblins and wolves now. So let's take a save, and then we will enter. Alright, let's save here. Get some water. Okay.
Madness! The entire capital is near to lost.
He's referring to the giant hole in the city now.
The fleeing citizens say a foul magic threatens to swallow our city into the very earth itself.
Truly,
We witness the end of days.
I have a point to make about that. Let's just get inside, though. There's something I'd like to point out about the hole, but maybe we'll wait till we see the hole itself and do all the cutscenes involved.
It is quiet in my breast will not calm.
This is awful. Worse than I'd feared.
You know what's really funny about this hole and how everyone's all concerned and everything is that the cutscene after defeating the dragon, you see the hole drop into the hole in the ground, right? Oh, look at that. Okay, I can't zoom in too much, but this is the hole. All of this used to be buildings and people living here, and there were some stores and shops, a whole sewer section, and all of that. It's all gone now. Just a gigantic hole. But after we defeated the dragon, which was an event that took place here, all here. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, this is the Tainted Mountain itself. Yeah, so we defeated the dragon, and there's like a cutscene that plays in between the credits as your party journeys back, right? And then it rolls credits, and your party is walking and walking, right? Along with your beloved, by the way, which is another nice touch. You walk by Gran Soren, and the world is all messed up, right? And you know that there's a hole in it. I'm pretty sure you know, or you'd think to stop by here, right? And see what's up and tell the king and everything. But no, you just continue all the way down back to Casardis. I find that funny. It's like, they literally show your character and your party walking right by. And, you know, I'm assuming there's a lot of smoke coming out of this hole and everything. But you and your party are just like, yeah, whatever. We'll deal with that when we get to it, but really want to get back to Casardis. Anyways. Look. That's pretty messed up, you gotta say. Look at that. Where's my hotel? Oh, the place that I used to stay at all the time. It's gone. I'm assuming I can stay somewhere else. Look at this guy. He's totally bummed out.
You defeated the dragon. Yes? Yes, huzzah for you, good sir.
Yeah, good for you.
I was prepared for my life to end in the flames of the worm. But now...
Yeah.
What? What do you want? That
chill.
hole, it swallowed my parents.
Oh,
You're to blame for this. It's your meddling that set things in motion. Arisen. Why did this happen to me?
He's not lying. He's not lying. You know? I'm partially responsible.
Is it done then? Are we saved? You wouldn't think it to look at the sky.
She's like, didn't you beat the game? Doesn't look like you beat the game.
You'd think it the end of the world to look at that sky.
The sky has gone dark, and the land crawls with every manner of beast gone mad. The end is upon us all. We're through, the lot of us. Oi.
Okay, that guy seems like... That's our buddy, Artisan or Arisen. Let's talk to him last. Let's just see what other NPC non-quest people have to say. Oh, this used to be a nice restaurant. Oh no.
I'd given us all up for dead, but here we stand, alive and well.
Oh, she's positive. Yeah. You know, there's a hole in your restaurant, but you know, still going. Yeah, there's not even a kitchen anymore. Are there different quests? Ah, Kings Bay leaves. Unfortunately, I cannot do this quest. Let's just confirm it, though. just because I wonder if I'll have to queue it up again in New Game Plus. I'm not sure. Oil, not sure if I need any oil at the moment. Oh, let's take out my lantern. I almost aimed at that guy, which is not good. Like, I almost shot him.
This was no mere tremor. No natural force wrought this collapse. I can but think a force most evil has cursed Gran Soren to ruin. Did you know of this? Had you some inkling? Some sign of... Nay, just beyond all human ken, I know. I pray only that
I kind of knew this was going to happen. This guy's caring about his grace? Who cares about his grace?
What to do in this quest.
Meet with Duke Edmund.
Seen the city, friend? Quite the happening.
This is the forger at the Black Cat.
'Tis proof beyond question the Dukes failed to protect Gran Soren and her people. I'm sure you'll find all you need.
Ah, I can still buy from him. Fiend luring incense, a distinctive incense that draws out the rarest and most vicious foes on Bitter Black Isle. So this is a DLC type item. Bring into the Rotunda of Dread or the Black Abbey if you dare. Yeah, I've definitely used that a few times to bait out various monsters to battle and get their crafting items. Oh, wow, this guy sells very expensive equipment. Very, very expensive. Can't really make use of any of this stuff.
I'm sure you'll find all you need anytime.
Oh.
I pray
Excuse me, a yawn. What does she have to say?
Is this some final evil worked by the worm? I fear for the people of Castle Dragonsbane.
That's what it's called, Castle Dragonsbane. That sounds like a He-Man toy or something. Like the playset. Okay, what do you have to say?
I see you're hard at work on an errand, friend. Pray take all the time you need. Truly, man, even in these dire times, desires abound. As long as that makes tis work.
Wow.
I see you're hard at work.
Wow.
As long as that makes tis work.
That's all he has to say. Cool. So...
Make us breath. The grounds are gaping dark. And not 2 steps away.
Yeah, this lady must be laughing. She must be so happy, right? Just 2 steps away, the entire floor gives out, but her store is fine. Hers and the other guy.
I suppose I should be thankful for my life. Long as I'm alive, I can do business. Take all the time.
True.
Do come again.
Me, I've no love of iron and steel.
This guy's saying the same stuff, even to this day. Yeah, double check. Can we enhance anything? Oh. Ooh. Yeah, sure, why not, right? Pricey, though. Luckily, the monsters drop more money now, so let's not do any upgrades yet. And let's just walk around and chat a little more. Find out about the state of this place. It's in a right state.
My squad mate left this station. Ran off like a cur into the night.
A cur.
Just look upon it. Gran Soren is lost. Turn back, Arisen. The way ahead is too dangerous. I fear for the Duke's safety, sir.
What about that guy? I see him. Look at him. Is he gonna come over here? I want to hear what he has to say. That's that wizard guy. What? Come here. This is the headgear that I got during the battle or immediately after killing the dragon. I think it's pretty cool.
There is
Stefan.
not to do but laugh. Be this the work of the worm or of the maker himself, we stood no chance from the very start. Be this the work...
Yeah. It's a bummer. It's a total bummer. You can see that in a nice little detail that there's a body of water that's, you know, connecting this castle, right? And you can see that, like, where there used to be the sewers in the river, now it's just like a waterfall dripping down on both sides. See that? There's even a building that's like about to fall over. So we haven't talked to this guy.
So, this is the end of it, eh? Or is it the start of something else?
The start of something else. It's the start of something else. Where do I sleep now? For a hotel.
What took years to build, destroyed in one instant.
Yeah. Oh, I guess they've been displaced and they're all here now. Let's take a quick look over here.
Well met, Arisen. We've been... Waste no time on us, sir. The Duke awaits. I fear for the others in the castle, though 'tis small mercy to be spared, only to face this world. Perhaps we'll all be wishing the earth devoured us ere long.
So, I don't think we can explore too much further, just because the game seems to be shepherding us in that direction.
The dragon's not come.
Garvin.
The city's fallen just the same. Are we damned or not?
Yeah, it's a pretty bad deal, I'm sorry to say. I killed the dragon for you guys. It's what you wanted, but, you know, got a big hole in your city. It's a rough deal. I don't know if there's... Oh, look. We haven't spoken to her in a while.
Hail, Arisen. Looking dour as ever, I see. I've a proposal that might put some cheer in those cheeks. Will you hear me?
Sure.
Well, it's like this. A peddler is only as good as her suppliers. For my own part, being both clever and beautiful,
And
I've
beautiful.
little trouble keeping an inventory, but contentment leads to failure. So I seek new weaponsmiths to supply my shop. I have a certain one in mind, a man of singular talent, but caustic temperament. Much as you, in truth.
What? What is she trying to say?
The smith refuses audience with all but select clients, and upon such clients he bestows an idol, so as to prove his favor. If I can recover such a figurine, I would have singular right to peddle his wares in these parts. There is no cost I will not bear to gain this icon. So what say you, Arisen? This is a job most suited to your talents. You'll find naught but the finest wares.
So this conversation right here is something that should have taken place long, long ago. Probably in the very early beginning phases of the game, immediately after getting to Gran Soren. But I never really saw Madeline again. I just never ran into her, so I never spoke to her again. What did she sell? All of these things are pretty useful against bosses and endgame / Bitter Black Isle. All of that fairly useful. And if Madeline here becomes your beloved character, it's very easy to just find her and buy the stuff you need, because she'll be chilling at your house, I think, now. Don't know if she gives you a discount. Yeah, she sells some interesting stuff. It says new, so I don't know how useful that stuff is,
Thank you very much.
considering the items that I have currently.
Here for a cut? Aye, we're still open. We're a queer pair, aren't we? You and I. What will it be today?
This is the barber, by the way.
Come again soon.
You can change your appearance and stuff from her, like completely. I can make myself tall and green and whatever.
Beat the dragon then, did you?
Beat the dragon. Yeah, I did beat the dragon. Yennefer, can we talk, please? I'm having difficulty talking to some of my pawns.
Seeing figurines near the home of the Dragon Forged, and in the Witchwood.
Okay, so they're talking about that quest right there. Let's take a quick look at my inventory and see if I have an idol to give, because I may have found 2. I've already given 1 to Caxton, I think his name is, so let's see if we can give another one to Madeline over here. Not too sure how long I'll stream today. Oh, I don't even know where the treasure chest is for my... right? Because I was going to go to the hotel, the inn here, which is like kind of... should be somewhere over here. But it's gone. Okay, I'm sure it's somewhere. I'm sure I can access it somewhere. But I don't really know where at the moment. So instead, let's just progress with the story. We will do a save, and I'll get some water. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I'll play right now. I definitely won't beat the game and get the true ending today. I feel it. Like, I just don't feel like I am going to do that, or I could do that, because there's a lot that needs to be done before I do that, and I'd rather not rush it. Like, maybe if I just rushed it along, I could do all of that, but I'd rather not. There's bags of money spread throughout this whole area now, ever since the ground gave away, which is kind of funny. Yeah, so we saved it, so let's go on. She looks pretty cool. I mean, she almost looks like a comic book character. What's your name?
Hello.
Bianca. Cool. What's up, Bianca? Anyways, let's carry on. I did save. Does this treasure change? Well, I'm always down for skeleton keys. Also feeling a bit sleepy for some reason. Is it too late to go visit the Duke now? It's dark. And if you recall, once Grigori was slayed, the Duke over here aged greatly. He didn't die, but he got really wrinkly. And that's because his heart was returned to him. And while he's not ancient, he still is far too old. He's just way too old. Older than it seemed, than he let on.
Enjoying it.
What do you mean by that?
Ah, Arisen. I ask that you present yourself before the Duke with all haste. His Grace has a matter of grave importance.
I'm on it. I don't think the Duke is going to be too happy with me. I killed the dragon. I don't think he was expecting me to kill the dragon. I don't think anyone expected that was going to happen in the fiction of the world, right? If anything, maybe he thought that a deal was going to be struck like so many other Arisens before, but I didn't take the dragon's dumb deal. I don't have all that much affection for Renard, but I'd rather not see him get killed. Alright, hey Duke, what's up? Looking a little wrinkly? I'll shut up.
With the dragon. And don't think for a minute I don't know what you did then. I of all men.
He creeped up on me. Creeper. It's a cool sword. Can I have it? Is he a vampire? He just doesn't like light. Ooh.
No human hands could fell that beast.
I did it. I did it. Check again.
You took the dragon's bargain. You conspired with it to wither me and usurp my seat as Duke.
Yes, the Duke is a former Arisen. Once I killed the dragon, his heart returned to him, and now he's old. This is the hardest boss fight in the game. Duel the Duke. Let's just check the quest here. Ooh. Ah, here we are. Let's highlight it. As the dragon breathed its last, the sky dimmed and the earth shook. Monsters grew in might. Are the Duke and his capital safe? Duel the Duke. Something is amiss with Duke Edmund. He insists on fighting you, so fight you must. Let's just observe. Let's observe his moveset first. Alright, he's got an arcing slash, left and right slash. Okay, same. Okay. Let's pay attention to his chat too. Also, we can get some hair. Got your hair.
A dragon's bargain. You sold your love to death in exchange for glory.
He's OP. Too strong. He's neutral.
Promised you my seat if you slew me. Is that it? Is it?
The mind games.
Well, you'll not have it. You'll never have it. I'll not give it up. Not to you. I'll rot before I see Grancis bow to you.
Anything else to say? He might be out of things to say, so let's open up our first attack with Explosive Bolt. And then here's my next attack. Oh, he can't be you can't get a launcher on him. Let's give him another Explosive Bolt. Start up on those swings too fast, yeah. I couldn't launch him. So basically he thinks that I took the same deal as the dragon, but I didn't.
What devilry is at work here? Devilry indeed. And high
Stage transition.
brigand has joined a covenant with the dragon and struck me with a curse.
I think we're gonna have to run after this.
Tell you the beast is dead. Lies. He has become its minion, spreading evil upon this land as upon its ruler.
Bacon, better boss fight than the Fallen Order, yeah.
Upon the hellish wall that gapes where once our city stood.
Whoa.
This is not the work of the dragon's dark magic.
Man, these people are dumb.
Seize this traitor.
I killed your dumb dragon, and this is how I'm repaid. Ridiculous. Just let the dragon kill you all next time. Alright, we're running. We're running, I think. Pawns are forbidden for entering the castle. Oh, even Maximilian, dude. This guy's Maximilian, dude. We were bros. And now he knew me for a villain. This guy's full of baloney. I think we're running this way. Sir Maximilian actually is one of the official romanceable options. Where am I going? Yes, so if you if you make it that he's your beloved Sir Maximilian, he'll still do this, I think, but he'll be very reluctant. Oh, you guys are pissed off at me? Oh. There's nowhere to go. Oh, what's this? Ah. Oh crap, oh crap. Bad, 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 bad. I'm noticing now that there's something on the map. Let's just see where we're supposed to go. Bacon, Max. Where's Benny? Yeah, there's dogs in this game, but they're all outside of the castle gates. Oh, okay, they want us to exit that way. Okay, I thought we were supposed to exit the other way. My bad, my bad. Okay, we'll go that way. A bunch of them, they can do some damage, those soldiers. Oh, my pawns were waiting for me at the right spot. That's funny.
This way, hurry.
I think we're going the right way now. Okay, here's the cutscene. This is what we needed to see. Uh-oh. Wow. All these harpies. Harpies and gargoyles. Flying out of this hole now.
There's a truth you'll find staring back from this world's utmost depth.
That was the voice of Grigori, one of his last words to us. Did you see that? It's basically like a loop. The bottom is the top and the top is the bottom. Consider revamping your party. Here we go, the Everfall. Can we make it to a ledge?
It's a queer feeling.
Whoa, we're eternally falling. And look, it just loops us back again. Here in the Everfall. Ouch. I think there's a way to, I think there's a way to safely land. I did not see the prompt, but I do think there's a way. Bacon, it's connected, yeah.
Heed my call, prove now your worth. Show that you've the strength to break the yoke that binds you.
So we're really getting into the juicy stuff in terms of like the overall lore of the game now.
I would ask aught of you, Arisen.
Quince.
Please, take this. My mistress gathered their like as she sought her way through the depths. She died as she was done. If you would take up her task, pray bring them here to me. I trust that you will see my mistress' will done. I shall await you further on.
Oh, she just disappeared. So now it's time to do a little bit of chatting about various things in the lore and get caught up on some things. First, let's talk about that lady that we just met. Her name is Quince. And she vanished, but that's a weird kind of janky game thing, not like a lore thing. So, Quince is actually one of the original pawns that we saw right at the beginning of the game in what we can call the tutorial area of the game to introduce the mechanics and stuff. That's the part of the game where you play as an entirely different character. You play as someone known as... Oh, actually, we don't know his name. I like to just call... At this present time, within the playing of the game right now, we don't know his name. I just call him generic Hero Man. He's the guy with the red hair and like a different outfit and everything. And if you recall... can we look at the map here? If you recall... The area that we were in, the Great Wall, and this area beyond, and over here, the Tainted Mountains, that whole region was actually that beginning tutorial area. It was like ancient and very old looking, and some of the sculptures and architecture don't really resemble any of the architecture that we see here in the present areas of the game, which is, we'll call like the present. So from that, we are to assume that that Arisen that we were playing as, Mr. Generic Hero Man, and his pawns and his characters that were with him are from a very long time ago. And they don't say how long ago precisely, but a very long time ago. And we are to assume that he encountered the dragon, but we don't know what he did. We don't know if he struck a deal with the dragon or not. Right? That's all we know. But we do remember that he had a full party, and one of them was that lady Quince. And actually, there's a web comic that kind of fills in more about that guy, his story, and then the pawns and Quince and where she comes from. She is from an entirely different dimension as all other pawns are. Like our own pawn is from our own pawn we make ourselves, right? But the other pawns that we get are from other players, right? And that's worked into the fiction of the game, that they are you know, from another dimension, so to speak, or in other words, another character. But here's some other stuff that I'd like to talk about before we move on. Great music, by the way. Let's just leave it on this screen so we can listen to the music while I blather on. Just quickly opening up the map and looking at the area. So we can't zoom in to this. We can no longer zoom into the city from where we are. But here's the big hole in the ground. And right about here, close to where we are, was the Pawn Guild, right? That's that place where we could get some pawns and stuff like that. It's like this crummy little shack. But it's connected to the Everfall. And that's where we are in presently right now. The Everfall. And if you'll remember at the beginning of the game, one of the first missions that you have to do here in Gran Soren is explore the Everfall, because the leader pawn guy there was like, oh, something's going on with the Everfall. Can you look into that, please? And, of course, you say yes. And it's this long, coiling spiral that goes down, 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 right? And again, it looks very ancient compared to the rest of Gran Soren. Let's get out of this so we can listen to the music again. And it is this. This is where we are now, once again, the Everfall. Once you get to the very bottom of the Everfall, in that first early mission, you reach the bottom and you notice that there's like this kind of dish on the ground, and then there's like a fissure, which is to say like a large crack. It's cracking at the bottom, and light is emanating through it. And you can see that the crack actually sort of leads its way over into the city district, kind of like where we are now. And now we see fully, now here, close to the end of the game, we see the full effect of what was happening. Once your character defied the dragon and had the will to battle the dragon, and your heart was taken, that's when that crack started in the ground of the Everfall. And once the dragon was defeated, that crack basically opened up wide and turned into this giant gaping hole now in the city. And now this is the true Everfall. So whereas before we were able to visit it and just kind of go down to a certain level of it until we reach the floor and see that crack, now we can see that the Everfall, as the name suggests, is an internally falling hole. I could actually just jump down here right now and do it again. It would just basically loop itself from the bottom to the top. And we can consider this kind of like I would call it not quite an end game state of the game, but kind of like it's close. It's close to the end game state of the game, especially when you consider like pre-DLC. That you could continually going through this Everfall and find like the floors that you can go to. See over there, there's a floor. Go there, do battle. There's other things that you could battle. Get some decent equipment here. And you could get some decent equipment and then finish the game. But it's not like totally like a true end game where you could spend forever doing this, but it's close. There's still more to do. But yeah, that's more or less all I need to say about the Everfall. One last thing actually. So in that first original mission where you go down to the Everfall and you make it down to that base floor, there's you get attacked by these coils, these tendrils. And that plays into something that we'll encounter later. So we'll just have to keep that in mind. So let's just continue on now. That's the end of my first TED Talk for today.
Hello. Yes, Arisen.
No. And the only people here are pawns. That's also interesting. There's a lot of pawns that are populating the Everfall now. And as we get further along, we'll actually see some corrupted pawns, I believe. What's this?
We're truly trapped here. What is this place? We'll be easier going. Searching in this area now.
Chamber of Confusion. Yeah, I think these are hostiles, or are they? No, they're not. Good.
Our descent was slow work and hard won. In the end, it claimed my master's life. This place is home to fearsome creatures, sir. Take care.
All right.
'Tis a chilling, watching the cadavers fall ever down the shaft. It sets this pawn's body to trembling.
I'll have to remember to mention some things about the Everfall, but we'll just continue on. I've spoken enough about
There are
that.
those among the pawns that haunt this place who attack any they see.
Yeah, so there's those amongst the pawns that haunt this place who attack any they see.
And they're not the cause of their corruption. Perhaps no one does.
Yeah, so we'll be battling corrupted pawns, pawns who have skill sets that we have, or my pawns have. And they're, you know, some of them have some pretty good skills. We'll have to be careful. So my current quest, Fathom Deep. The dark void of the Everfall seems without end, and yet you feel compelled to press on to some final destination. Follow the pawn's instructions and collect the necessary number of wake stones. So those are the things that we've been finding just now. We've been finding shards, and then once you get a couple shards, it makes a whole one. But it's going to take a decent amount of time to get all the ones that we need. Not open. So I think we'll just explore around a little bit, and then we'll see. Maybe we'll leave. I'm wondering if there's a place that I can change out my pawns as well. See this guy here? It's a beholder. And see those tendrils? Those are the ones I was talking about. The thing that we were encountering at the end was this. the thing that we were encountering at the bottom of the Everfall in the initial mission, when the Everfall wasn't like a broken endless hole, was this thing, a beholder. Those tendrils are its tentacles, right? And hopefully I won't forget, but there's some things I'd like to mention about these beholders. They're not actually called beholders in this game, although effectively that's what it is. Beholder, that's amazing. Yeah, it's actually a pretty neat design for a beholder. Beholders are my favorite kind of monster for like D&D or anything like that. They're like kind of like my favorite ones, so I was pretty happy to see a beholder. So this guy actually has a really decent amount of health. We're chopping away at its coils, at its tendrils, but he's got a lot of health. Oh, he just teleported. And I feel pretty safe in saying that he's got a lot of resistances to magic. So we're not doing too much damage to it. Let's try and get in there and see. Oh, he swung me off. I gotta remember to stay safe with my health because I don't want to die. Let's try and get rid of all its tendrils. And he can teleport. Ah, did you hear that? They said there must be a way to close its eyes. Oh, one of its tendrils picked me up. Oh no, is this gonna be death? Whoa. Ew, what's it doing? Oh no, he ate me. Oh crap, this is so gross. Oh shh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gotta heal, gotta heal. What's a good healing item? Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Oh wow, this hurts a lot. Oh, it hurts a lot. Oh, he spat me out. Wow, so, okay, lesson learned, don't try and jump on his back. Guess we're just gonna do it this way. Oh, he's got portals. Attack when it closes its mouth, okay. Noted, noted, thank you. Yeah, baking some buff chompers. I have to... They said there's a way to close its mouth. I think my pawn just casted the tornado there. The tentacles. Ah, look. Its eyes went limp. Oh, it's opportunity. Can I take a... Let's see if I can take something to go party time on him. Conqueror's Pariapt. Give that to him. And then I'll take it. And then I'll go party time on him. Night Trap. This guy looks like a beholder, pretty much. They don't call it that, but it is certainly... That is certainly what they were going for. I'm just taking a second here to get buff. Trying to see if I have anything that would help. Okay, we'll take that. Okay, it's party time now. Party time, party time, party time. Camera. Camera. Okay, my pawn casted a tornado, so we're just looking at nothing right now. You can see that the damage is going down though. Yeah, he's almost a done dollar. He's almost a done dollar. Okay, okay, okay. That was some good damage. Unfortunately, we actually couldn't see anything. But that was good damage. We're just gonna wait for our next opportunity. Okay, looks like we gotta get rid of the tentacles before we see the rest of the beholder again. And yeah, once again, these are the tentacles that we saw previously in the very early mission. We just didn't know that they belonged to a beholder. And as you can see, he's using portals. He's thinking with portals. Just waiting for him to pop out again so we can go deal some damage to him. Ah. See, he's moving around a lot, way too much now. Oh, look, he went limp again. He's got a limp noodle. Oh, we missed our chance. Oh, look, he's got like a glowing coating around him now. So I don't think... Oh, look, he's turtling. They've really thought about some great animations for this guy. Oh, he's regenerating his, Yeah, there you go. My guy, my boy, Thamor dealt the final blow. Look at him go. Ugh. He's taking damage still from the tornado. This is what we needed, the Wake Stones, the Malachrist, Evil Eyeball. We'll read all of this stuff. That might be worth reading. Might be interesting. Yeah, let's take a look at him before he evaporates. Gross, eh? Bacon, it's cool how they made a beholder so buff. Bacon, it's like he's going blind towards the end. Yeah, he definitely was much weaker at the end, and he was easier to dispose of. Let's just keep looking at him. Is he gonna melt away? I think so. Yeah, even in D&D lore, beholders are usually pretty tough, right? They're not necessarily like endgame kind of bosses, but they are like something to be reckoned with. And this game kind of keeps up that tradition that they're pretty darn tough. Wow, he's not going to disappear? Okay, we'll just look at him a little more before I mention the lore thing that I wanted to mention. So in the art book, they discuss the beholder. Again, let's get the right term for what they are. Oh, I thought maybe we got something that would... I thought the evil eyeball was from it, was like a unique item from that particular monster, but it is not. So, yeah, these evil eyeball creatures, whose name I don't officially know, in the art book, they talk about how these things are actually defeated dragons. They're the last remaining power of a defeated dragon. When a dragon is defeated, they can leave all the remaining power into one of their eyes. And then from that one eye generates this beholder. And you can kind of see the connection there. Like, the color of the skin is very much like the color of the dragon that we had fought previously, Grigori. But that's just another one of those weird details from the art book that really have no bearing on the game at all. But I thought it was an interesting thing worth mentioning. Maybe some of the items that it drops or whatever, maybe they hint at that, but I didn't notice any. And this arena is a place that you can get to normally through the course of the game, but I forgot how to get there. I saw the way. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'll have to do that and go over there, but I never did. and then I subsequently would remember this spot, but I forgot exactly how to get there. So this Everfall is going to be a lot like this. It'll be a lot of areas that connect to, you know, different open parts, and then we'll have to deal with whatever we encounter, and then we'll move on. Let's try and take a look at this door here. It's a little hard to see what exactly is going on with this door, but there's this coiling dragon motif, I suppose, and I think that right there is the head of the dragon. And it's mirrored. It's the same image on both sides. So the dragon, the dragon, the beholder. Let's go back because I'm not sure if I could go any other way unless it respawned, because I think that's a thing. Oh no. After a certain amount of time, I'm thinking that the monsters can respawn. I'm not sure. Yeah, it won't open. So let's just check all these doors. They gave the beholder its appropriate amount of respect. I think that's cool. They treated it exactly as it should be, like the appropriate amount of difficulty level and the appropriate amount of like, you know, danger and threat and intimidation. I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, they gave a good amount of time to all the animations that it could do. That was kind of cool too. So these guys that made this game, like, they know what's up. That's what I like too, right? They definitely have played D&D. They know the deal with beholders, and they know the right mood to strike.
I lost my master, and with him what pale shadow of emotion. I cannot even grieve him now. I simply remain hollow.
So this pawn here, unfortunately, is probably on her way to becoming a corrupted pawn. That's what it sounds like. Look at all these busted tombs also. It's very, very weird. Are these tombs from a dead Arisen? And so yeah, from that we got a couple of Wakestone shards. We need to get a few more. Actually not a few more, a lot more. Corrupted. They can become enemies. Yes, the pawns. All these pawns are nice. They're cool, and we can actually hire them.
Yes, Arisen.
We can actually hire them. Is this hey, it's Casca. I hired her before.
Hello. Can I help you? Then I bid you.
But you know, according to the lore, pawns don't really have a will of their own. And that's something of a theme of this game, is that your character, the Arisen, is the only one here in this entire world, it seems, with will, let alone like the will to fight a dragon, right? And the pawns especially are these humanoid beings without much will of their own. They follow me, the Arisen, or anyone who is the Arisen, who becomes the Arisen. So, when their Arisen dies, as all these pawns here, especially the ones that have those things to say over there, when their Arisen dies, they have no will anymore, and eventually they just kind of freak out. And this is how you traverse. And this is how you make your way down the Everfall. You just jump and unceremoniously splat on the ground. I think there's a more graceful way of doing it, but I didn't see how. I didn't see the prompt. So we're just gonna fall and splat like a bunch of morons. And there doesn't seem to be anywhere else to go there. Let's get out my lantern. No fuel, huh? We can do something about that. Use it. I'm a little concerned about... oh. Hold on. Add oil. I've got 4 more flasks, which is not bad. I also need to lighten my load as well, but I'm too lazy to do that right now. And can I check? Yeah, so let's highlight this mission. Gather the stones, follow the pawn's instructions, and collect the necessary number of Wakestowns, 4 out of 20. The dark void of the Everfall seems without end, and you feel compelled to press on to some final destination. So 4 out of 20. I gotta find a whole lot more. I am wondering if there's a place to buy stuff. I don't even know. I'll definitely need to, unless you have to rely on pickups. let's check out what's beyond here, and then we might just call it. Yeah, just a little short one today. The Chamber of Absence. Let's do a save. Oh, it's actually saving right now. Oh, I heard a whooshing. I'm hearing a lot of whooshing. What's going on? Is it a trap? What's the deal? What's the deal?
Move on their own. The black lizard's weak to ice. I can still fight. I cannot take much more.
Oh, he fell. Oh, Yennefer. Yennefer's down. Yennefer doesn't have any healing spells, it seems, which is kind of unfortunate. I might have to replace her with one of the pawns that we see walking around the Everfall on the outside part of it, just so I can get a heal. And that way we can conserve some items. Although, look at that, they dropped a potent Greenwarish, which is useful. Here's another Geosaurian scampering around. Oh, gotta heal. Hit him with an explosive bolt. They're weak to ice. Oh. I've got ice. I've got the ice enchantment on my bow, so that helps. Oh, I'm on fire. Uh-oh. Thamor went so far out of his way. Why did you do that, dude? Okay, we can deal with them fairly easily. Oh, there's more. See? Whoa, health, please. Okay, nice. Oh, wow. What are those attacks, though? Are they, yeah, I think those are those, like, devil dogs. That's what that is. Let's pick up this stuff. We might need it. And I think we're gonna make our way down now. See if we can snipe them from somewhere safe. Wow. The destruction on their attacks is so crazy. They're weak to ice, again. They're scampering around. Wow. Let's back it up and try and use some of this. Yeah, this game, the difficulty gradient is very unusual, I find. I'll try. Maybe I'll finish this thought after I fight. I kind of have to concentrate here. Whoa! Look at the backdash. More backdash. Ooh, I took one right in the face. Ooh! Oh, he caught me in the tail end of that. Okay, we're just gonna fight from range. My pawns are getting pretty weak. I might have to disperse some healing wares on them. Oh lord. Took it to the face. Uh-oh. One of them's grabbing me. When they do that, they run away. Okay, he's not running away though. That's good. Let's take a heal. Whew. Okay, we're getting close to taking them all on. Taking them all down. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. Pretty, it's pretty, it's a noticeable jump in difficulty. It's pretty shocking if you're, because, to my point earlier, what I wanted to say was that there's a whole middle portion to this game that's kind of easy, right? Like, so long as you continue to do quests and side quests and just roam around, you'll probably end up being far too over-leveled for many of the enemies that you encounter in the overworld map part, and potentially even the quests, the main quests themselves. You'll probably be pretty over-leveled. I mean, even when I fought Grigori, it wasn't as fast as when I beat him the very first time when I played this game, but it was still fairly easy. Like, the damage that I did to him wasn't that bad. So what I wanted to say was that the difficulty curve of this game is quite unusual, because when you first play this game, they kind of just throw you to the wolves, which is funny to say because I've just been thrown to the wolves right now. But you know what I mean, like they just many of the quests require you to go out to various areas in the game which you're not really prepared for, in a sense. The enemies, like even bandits, who normally you might consider in any other game to be a very common enemy type that you could deal with quite handily, in this game you encounter them early on, but they're not to be trifled with, especially not in big groups, right? And the same can be said about the enemies that you encounter at night, and even goblins. Like so long as you're battling them in a big group, you need to be very, very careful. And that's all the Saurians as well that you meet early on in the sewer in the very first town. Oh. But all of that kind of falls away after some time, right? All of that kind of gets dealt with as you level up, get stronger, do the side quests, do more missions. And then the difficulty kind of I wouldn't even say evens out or flattens out. It kind of curves downward into something that you could call easy, right? And that's the state of the game for much of it, as we've seen, right? Uh-oh, we're pausing. Oh, shit. Oh. Okay, we've got to take some stuff here. And you can see that I'm running out of heals and hotkeyed items. So we're gonna have to be a lot more careful now. Confirm, assign hotkey, and that'll be right. Confirm, assign hotkey, and that'll be left. Just gonna do this very carefully because I don't want to exit out, accidentally give to me. Yeah, give it to me. All of that stuff. I need it. No. Okay. Give. Sorry. Assign down. Okay, so that should be good now. In terms of having a decent amount of healing items on me, and also I'm over encumbered, so we gotta deal with that. Let's just discard this. Don't need that. I said I was gonna stop pretty soon, but gotta deal with this. Definitely have to deal with all of this. Tuft of hair. That's from the king, or sorry, the Duke, shedding hair from his stress. These are rather heavy, aren't they? Yes, they are. So we'll give them. Okay. Give. Ooh. This is also why I'm kind of over encumbered too easily. I have 2 sets of weapons, which I should have dropped off, but I forgot. Just give that stuff. Give. All that seems fine. And we're back to light, so that's good. So how are we doing for health? Let's take something to sort of put us over the top. Might as well use this stuff. Oh, sorry, not give, use. Okay, still not. Okay, we'll run with that. I gotta remember to dodge once I... I'm gonna try and deal with these guys from range. Probably the best idea right now. Oh, but he's coming after me. Seemed like he wanted a command grab there. Okay, okay. Just doing this very carefully now. Can't be as ballsy as I normally am. And that goes back to my point earlier that the difficulty curve of this game is quite unusual. It starts off quite hard at the very beginning. It evens out and even becomes kind of easy for a good portion of the game up until the dragon, and after the dragon it spikes again. It takes a pretty big spike into being hard. And I would say I'm probably at an appropriate level for this phase of the game. Maybe even over to some degree. Let's see where this takes us. To the outside? Chamber of Absence. So yeah, this is the... Yeah, it's taking us to the outer ring. And all these areas you could actually access before. Uh-oh. Goblin. Just gonna hit him with the classic coward ranged attacks. Ooh, look at that. That's a... Yeah, they're called Grim Goblins now, actually. That's what I remember. They really make, they really get a lot of use out of very few assets for monsters. They stretch it out as much as they can. Oh, Thamor, you're down. I wonder... Yeah, let's be nice. Give Thamor some healing stuff. You can even have this milk. Hard spud milk. Knock yourself out, dude. Maybe he'll smarten up and heal himself. Oh, one more goblin left. See that move right there? Thamor, he used a grapple, and he got the enemy in a figure 4 leg lock. No, it's more of like a full Nelson or something like that. That is a clutch move. Very super useful, and it's something that you can get early on, and it stays useful all throughout the game, even until the final true boss. And that's why when I get to this true final boss, if it's possible, I will change my class. I'll change not my class, but the class of Bolgerry here, and I'll turn her into a fighter that can grapple, because I want to do that again. and dispose of the final boss hopefully using the same method that I did the first time I played this game. Unless they've patched it out or something. Like patched out the ability to do that. That's actually one thing that's kind of neat about this game too, is that, you know, in so many RPGs it's all about getting stronger, changing your class into higher level classes, getting better skills, higher level skills, blah blah blah. In this game, some of those very early skills that you get at the beginning class, yeah, they're still pretty darn good throughout the entire game. I'm not really sure which is the best way to go. Let me see something. Oh wait, it's marked on the map that I cannot pass. Yeah, it won't open. Okay, so what about over here? Oh yeah, that's just treasure. I mean, I could easily just play as the Strider class once again, and probably deal with these situations just as well, and in some respects possibly better. It won't open? Interesting. So we've got two ways that will not open to us. Double check here once again. No. Okay. Is there a switch somewhere? just do a perimeter check for something on the walls. I don't think I see anything on the walls. What is that?
I'll take that.
Okay, you take it. Okay, so let's backtrack a bit and see where we can go. If there's some other area that we haven't explored, perhaps no. Guess we're gonna head out back this way. Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, this is all... interesting. I think we'll try and make our way back out to the main hall, and then we'll call it. And if I think I actually didn't mention it, but yeah, I'll try and mention it as the last thing we talk about for this area. I'll try and remember. Sorry, I won't bring it up now. What can we get through here? No, I don't think so. Okay, interesting. Let's see if what'll take us to the other side. Yeah, this might be the way. This is the way. Yeah, so we started on the other side, and now here we are. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, what about this? Let me see something. Oh. Let's try and get across and see what's over here. And that will not open. Some drops here, might as well grab it. Okay, so there's just treasure here. Let's see if our pawns open it. Go for it, Daymore. What you got? What you get? What is it? Panacea? Whatever. I'm only interested in new armor and stuff. Water, don't need it. Oh yeah, so that's it now. That's it for this area. That's kind of like how this Everfall situation is designed. You kind of just make it to a floor, you drop down, land on a floor, fight whatever you need to fight, and then get back out into that like central outer area again. Get your souls? No, they're not souls, the shards. We're just gonna get out of here now. I got a few more, so let's see how many we need. So here we are at the outer part of the Everfall. What's your name?
Yes, Arisen.
Hey, yeah. Get some pants. What was I doing? Oh, yes. Okay, gather the stones. So 5 out of 20. So still got quite a few more to go. Ah, this is a good time to mention the last thing that I'd like to talk about before stopping. Yennefer here, or was it Jerry? She just said, a link to all the worlds. So that's what this Everfall is. And I think the best way to explain it is to discuss what was some of the original concepts, once again referring to the art book of the game. So in the art book they discuss how they were going to have this multi-universal concept, like a layered multi-dimensional concept to this game. And you can see traces of that with the pawns, because the pawns, excluding your own, are from other dimensions, which is to say other players, right? So imagine now that reality, your own reality, is sort of like this layer, right? And then there's another reality, another player, you know, the guy who made Yennefer here, that's another layer, right? Right below it or above it, and again and again and again. It stacks and stacks and stacks, right? All these realities are layered. And the thing that connects them all, the connective tissue, is something that is called the rift. The rift is the currency in the game. Those are rift crystals, right? And then you can access the rift at the at those rift portals, the things that I interact with to look at the other pawns from other worlds, right? And grab them. And that realm, that sort of shadowy, smoky realm, that's kind of like, that connective tissue, the rift. And so, coming back to the concept of the game, the original concept in the artworks, in the art book. Imagine all of those realities stacked on top of each other, right? But that there was this central tower that pierced through all of them, connecting all the realities, right? And that would be the thing. Sorry, let me correct myself. Everything that I'm talking about here is not in the art book. I think parts of it are, but a lot of it was actually part of a GDC talk, a Games Developer Conference talk, I think, or the Japanese equivalent, where they went out, where the developers from Capcom went to this event, lecture, and discussed the designs of the game and cut content and all of that stuff. So they showed these slides, and what I'm describing here, I believe, was from a slide rather than the art book. So that, yeah, that central tower that pierced through all these realities, right? And that was the one continuous thing connecting all the realities, right? This tower. And the other thing that they mentioned was at the very top of this tower was the moon. And that you'd all go to the moon ultimately. And then on the moon, that's where you would actually interact with other players or something. That's where you would really see all these other people from the various realities, was at the moon. But you could see easily how lofty those ideas were, and how, like just how much of a headache it would have been to implement that, even, and that's on top of creating this open world game and having all of this combat and interactions and having good skills and all the normal game stuff. Then they were trying to overlay it with all of this other thing. So you could see how that would get cut out pretty quickly, or if not cut out completely, adapted to some degree into what we have now, because all that I mentioned is here in the game in some form or another. Perhaps definitely not exactly as they originally intended, but that's just how game design works, right? That's just how making games work, or making anything creative. You have to, movies have cut content, or a lot of stuff dies even before getting filmed, and so it is with this game, right? Just content and ideas change and morph over time. And so what we have now is this Everfall concept, which is the thing that's dropping us through continuously through the rift, and that we see all these pawns from other dimensions of other players, and they're all lost. And it's just the same, a little bit the same, but changed a little bit into an idea that they could execute given the time and money that they had. Something along those lines. But it's really interesting, and possibly something that could make its way into a future game. Who knows? And actually, I say that, but even so, with the DLC, Bitter Black Isle, again, that's this large central dungeon that, instead of being a tower, is something that descends deep and deep down, continually deep down. Capcom, deep down. But let's not get started on deep down. But yeah, I think that's just how game design works, right? They have these ideas, they throw a lot at the wall. Not all of it sticks, but they can then turn certain things and smash it up and reconfigure it into something else, And Capcom isn't the only one that does that, right? I've mentioned this before, but Blizzard, obviously, they've changed the ideas for many of their games, if not completely throw out game ideas, right? Overwatch was not supposed to be the thing that we know it is today. It was going to be an MMO, right? And the thing that stayed was like the world building and the characters, but they effectively changed the entire genre of what they intended to make, right? That's just how it goes sometimes. And I'm, for a lot of this run, I've mentioned things that I'd like to see in a future game. I've had my critiques about things in this game, and things that could have been better. But I always come back to the fact that the thing that we actually got, the thing that I'm playing right now, is pretty damn cool and pretty damn good. For all the crazy ideas and lofty ideas that they had, the thing that we got, it's just really interesting to me. The problem is that it kind of just takes a while for you to get to that point, right? It takes a while to really get to all those interesting ideas as we are here now. Because up until this point, we've been playing a fairly straightforward, open world, light RPG action game. But, I think that might be it as I stand on this broken pillar here. I had quite an extensive TED Talk again. I said nearly half an hour ago that I was going to stop pretty soon. But we ended up getting back to that 2-hour mark, which is kind of like my perfect time for a stream, at least for me at this moment in time. What else? Before we sign off, you might notice, for anyone watching now, that I've got some artwork up for my channel banner as well as my avatar. I've been working on that quite a lot, actually. Maybe on Instagram I'll post some comments about like the design of it and how I arrived at that look for my avatar and my my banner. It is something that I do take a lot of pride in, is coming up with a strong concept and idea for my work and designs. Maybe that doesn't show. That's just one of those things as an artist. Again, I've talked about this before, but all artists and designers put a lot of thought and design into their work, and sometimes it doesn't really show, but for people that get it, they get it. I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know. And I will be tweaking those artworks as we go along, as I make more videos and stuff like that, as well as on my YouTube. My YouTube, by the way, that's youtube.com/TrickyRay, TRICKYREY, Tricky Ray, or you can just search Ray O, Dragon's Dogma, that works. Yeah, let's just end it at that. That's enough rambling for now. This was almost like a 40% gameplay, 60% TED Talk. But next time we'll fully explore this this Everfall. We'll get all those things that we need to get, the Wake Stones, and we'll see if we can tweak our party or something like that. But that'll be for next time, and for now I'll say goodbye and thanks for watching. So I'm just gonna jump and double jump for joy. Thanks again, everyone. I'll catch you later. See ya.